I'm here today in Singapore's Changi Airport. This is a famous airport known as the nicest airport in the world by so many people. Virtually every publication has this as their favorite airport in the world. But it is not mine, and I'm going to show you why. There's a couple reasons I actually hate traveling to and from this airport.
So hate is a strong word. There are a couple of legitimate reasons why I do not like this airport, and I'm going to get to those. But I also have to recognize that this airport has a lot going for it too.
First of all, there's a reason why so many people love this airport. It's got a lot of cool amenities and cool features. Let me show you around to a few of them so you can see what I'm talking about.
One great thing to like about this airport is there are a lot of open spaces where you can sit down and relax. Some of the open areas are free. These aren't even a lounge. You can just come in, find a nice chair, watch some TV, and there's some great views looking out over the tarmac that are, quite frankly, better than you're going to find in the private lounges of other airports throughout the world. Of course, if you're not in the mood to sit down in a lounge, you can check out the Butterfly Garden, which is just what every airport needs to get you ready for a 12-hour international flight. Get in touch with nature. You'll find some cool open spaces, including some playgrounds and slides and equipment where children can unwind before their long flight. Now, there are a ton of different places to shop in this airport. A lot of it is luxury goods, stuff like Louis Vuitton and Prada, but you do have duty-free shops as well. There are convenience stores, and maybe the coolest thing is you have some of the funkiest, craziest carpet you're gonna find anywhere. Some cool designs. It's really neat walking around and just checking out the cool carpet all throughout this airport.
If you're looking for food, there's something for everyone in Changi Airport. All sorts of fast food options. And how about this? Behind me is Krispy Kreme donuts, just in case.
So aside from Krispy Kreme donuts, there are a lot of different options here in the Changi Airport. You find fast food, there are a ton of different dim sum options and a lot of Asian food, but you do have some higher end places as well. And so finding a good meal in this airport is no problem. Here's another plus about this airport. The bathrooms are spotless and modern. Here in Singapore, cleanliness is a big deal. Of course, if you're looking for modern, you'll find modern art scattered throughout various places in this airport. And you'll find gardens and greenery in some places, like in this lobby, which is where people wait to go in line for the immigration desk. And here's one that's unusual but fascinating. This display is called kinetic rain, which are these metallic raindrops that are just randomly located near the escalators in Terminal 1 in the departures hall. Now, if you are a frequent flyer, you have access to the VIP lounges. And here in the Singapore airport, the VIP lounges are second to none. They're private, you need access to get in here, but inside you're gonna find some fantastic food and some beautiful furniture and chairs where you can relax in relative peace before your long flight. Frequent flyers live and die by these lounges, and Singapore has some of the best in the entire world. Now, one popular feature of the Singapore airport that's been in the news recently is what they call the Jewel, which is located in this round complex which is adjacent to the airport. Almost looks like a version of the Epcot Center in Florida Disney World, except a little more squished. But you've got to leave immigration to get there, so it takes about 10 or 15 minutes walking. You got to go through this corridor to get there. The Jewel has been in the press a lot because of its fascinating waterfall, the largest man-made waterfall in the world, and it's surrounded in this 360-degree open-air greenhouse of sorts. And you can walk all the way around this. There's some beautiful gardens. You'll absolutely feel the mist of the waterfall just as you would if you were standing near a real waterfall. It's really fascinating, and it's bigger than it looks. You can walk all the way around it. You can go down underneath and see where the water exits out.
So that's the Jewel behind me, and I've got to say, it is pretty cool. Now, this is really just a big shopping mall adjacent to the airport. Most business travelers aren't going to see this. The one exception might be, like my case today, when you arrive early at the airport and you got 3 hours until your flight, you can come check out the Jewel before you go to your gate.
In reality, it's just another place where there's a lot more cool shopping, from the Nike store to the Apple store. The only difference is you're going to find a lot of locals here, not just travelers.
If you're a business traveler and go through Southeast Asia, you're absolutely going to come in and out of this airport. I've been here at least 20 times, maybe closer to 30 over the years, but it's not always a treat. There's really a couple reasons I don't like this airport at all. I'm going to show you.
So with all the advantages, what's not to like? Well, one thing is the crowds. Singapore isn't the only airport that's crowded, but you are going to find times where you're stuck in line at immigration or at the baggage claim. It's really unavoidable.
One little thing about this airport is that there are places here that just kind of have a moldy, musky smell to it. I mean, it is Singapore, the place is on the equator, and it's not a bad smell, but it's not a good smell either. So that's one small thing. But
okay, let me get to the real legitimate reason why I don't like this airport, because a little bit of an odd smell or some crowds, there's a lot of places that have little issues like that, but really the number one reason I do not like this airport, and it's a big reason if you're a frequent traveler, it has to do with the security protocol and the security method here at Singapore Airport. Singapore is one of a handful of airports where there is no security when you go through immigration. Security is only done at the gate. And so what you have to do, you have to leave your shopping or get up and leave the lounge an hour before your flight and go directly to the gate and wait in an additional line. And then you have to wait in a secured area, in a bare bones waiting area just like this, where there's no bathrooms, where there's nothing to do, no food options, and you're stuck here. If your flight is delayed, like mine has been before, you could be in this bare bones waiting area for 2 or 3 hours, and that is not something you want to have happen to you. And so here you have one of the most luxurious, one of the best, most efficient airports in the world, but the security protocol is a real reason why frequent travelers like me don't like coming to this otherwise beautiful airport where you have shopping, where you have the Jewel, where you have all these luxury amenities.